Okay, hola, hola, hola. Okay, so this is my last video um for Facebook. It is for YouTube and TikTok as well, but once I get back on my feet, and once I'm back on my feet, it'll be every blue moon and every here and there. Not much, obviously. I'm not a social media person. Um, but I have to really be on top of my stuff, homeless in a motel to stay afloat until I get back into a place, which is really hard to get out of. And people don't understand my condition. I mean, literally no one except God and Jesus Christ. Like, if you know anything about sex, I'm a virgin. I don't know much about sex, but like, the only person who would know about my condition is like places I've worked at, which is numerous jobs, especially once I got hit with a condition. If you don't want to say disability, we gonna see if Social Security thinks so, and if not, I'm gonna keep pushing through regardless. But that's something I should have applied for. But I wasn't. I was bad, but I wasn't worse until trying to fix my condition. Okay, so the person who know like a lot would be one shelter out of the three that I had to go to. One was emergency shelter. The other two was like a shelter. But one of them, that's the one where I got a blood infection from, and it was 20 girls. And mind you, I had to do um like P checks for drugs, and they did me more than anybody because it was like to bother me and mess with me, okay? And so I was appreciative because I've dealt with bullying from both shelters, okay? I didn't experience at the emergency shelter during the winter. Mind you, I did live on the streets, homeless, like on apartment floors, the laundry mats in my car. And then later on, I didn't have my car anymore because it got taken due to expired plates. And of course, it didn't work because helping the wrong people. That's why I'm homeless to begin with. I needed my car. Anyways, not listening to my elders. But anyways, it's really frustrating when I hear people say just go in the bathroom and come out. They have no idea. And it's also due to the bladder infection, but it's also due to one side effect from the rectum falling out due to the bladder Botox. Like I said, I did all this to myself. Know not to trust stuff like, the vaccine. They can take this video down, whatever. But I was getting discriminated so much where I was like, bro, I'm about to fix this. And unfortunately, that was not the case with bladder pills and bladder Botox. What hit me the most was the Botox versus the bladder pills. Of course, the bladder pills made me go worse, but this Botox took me out. Like, I'm making sure with this job, I get out the bathroom under 10 under minutes. Usually it can take 15 minutes. Sometimes it can take 20 minutes. Um, Mind you, when the managers leave, people be in the bathroom just as long as I do. But and it's only one person, but and can disappear whenever they want to or whatever. And I'm not a person who snitch. I mind my own business, whatever, And these people don't have a condition. It's the same thing with people who do have social security and can work. They may have a mental, but they can work. I've seen people at the shelter, okay, who gets like a lot of money. And it's people like me who literally, like at this shelter, when I did the drug testing, I literally had to pump, like when I have to pump the pee due to the side effects from the Botox, like it's hard to empty my bladder. People don't understand. I literally be feeling like I'm having sex with my muscles just to pee. Okay, it's not like normal. You can just pee. And it's harder when you hold your bladder, which I'm getting worse and worse because, like, I wish I had cancer or just died in my sleep because at least I can finally, like, not just be able to sleep to get away from this, condition. I pushed through holding my bladder at jobs. I let one job know, the last job, holding it for so long. And then this job, I just got to push through. So that's going to be my main focus in getting back on my feet so I can at least be halfway jacked up, take antibiotics, get working in a place where I can empty my bladder, where you work alone, cleaning so I can pee in a diaper to get back working as a teacher assistant. But it's a whole process. So I need to make sure I be on top of my sleep, my timings of my bathroom, like going taking Lyft and not driving. So I know I made it this far and that's what I'm gonna have to continue to do. Anyways, God bless. I will be deleting Facebook and once I'm on